Loving one's family is a fundamental aspect of human relationships, and it is a virtue that is highly emphasized by Jesus in the Bible. According to Jesus, loving one's family is not just a moral obligation, but a divine commandment that is essential for building strong, healthy relationships and for living a life that is pleasing to God. In this essay, we will explore the importance of loving one's family according to Jesus, and examine the teachings and principles that he imparted to his followers on this vital topic. In the Bible, Jesus is recorded as saying, "Honor your father and mother," Matthew 19:19, which is a quote from the Old Testament commandment found in Exodus 20:12. This commandment emphasizes the importance of showing respect, care, and devotion to one's parents, who are the primary caregivers and providers in the family. By honoring one's parents, individuals demonstrate their gratitude for the sacrifices that their parents have made for them, and they also set an example for their own children and future generations. Jesus' repetition of this commandment highlights its significance and relevance in building strong family relationships. Jesus also taught that loving one's family is not limited to one's parents, but extends to one's spouse, children, and other relatives. In the Gospel of Mark, Jesus is recorded as saying, "Whoever comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, and even life itself, cannot be my disciple." Luke 14:26. At first glance, this statement may seem to contradict the commandment to honor one's parents, but in reality, it emphasizes the importance of prioritizing one's relationship with God above all other relationships. By putting God first, individuals can experience a deeper sense of love, care, and commitment to their family members, which is essential for building strong, healthy relationships. Furthermore, Jesus taught that loving one's family is closely tied to loving one's neighbors and community. In the parable of the Good Samaritan, Jesus teaches that loving one's neighbor involves showing compassion, kindness, and generosity to those in need. Luke 10:25-37. This parable highlights the importance of extending love and care beyond one's immediate family to include those in the wider community, which is essential for building a harmonious and supportive society. By loving one's family and neighbors, individuals can experience a sense of belonging, connection, and purpose, which is essential for living a happy and fulfilling life. In addition to these teachings, Jesus also demonstrated the importance of loving one's family through his own relationships and actions. For example, Jesus is recorded as having a close relationship with his mother, Mary, and he took care of her needs even after he had begun his public ministry. John 19:25-27. Jesus also demonstrated love and compassion to children, teaching that they are precious in God's sight and that individuals should strive to be like them in terms of humility and innocence. Matthew 19:14. By modeling these values and behaviors, Jesus showed that loving one's family is not just a theoretical concept, but a practical reality that can be applied in everyday life. In conclusion, loving one's family is a vital aspect of human relationships that is highly emphasized by Jesus in the Bible. By honoring one's parents, prioritizing one's relationship with God, extending love and care to one's neighbors and community, and demonstrating compassion and kindness to those in need, individuals can experience a deeper sense of love, connection, and purpose. Jesus' teachings and principles on loving one's family are essential for building strong, healthy relationships, and for living a life that is pleasing to God. As we strive to apply these teachings in our own lives, we can experience the joy, peace, and fulfillment that comes from loving and being loved by our families, and from living a life that is guided by the values and principles of Jesus Christ. Ultimately, loving one's family is not just a moral obligation, but a divine commandment that is essential for building strong, healthy relationships and for living a life that is pleasing to God.